Zig talking his way to bronze, game number 115, and just for fun this time, I am going to show you. Wow, it did not split at all. My 2v2 placement match. I was in Diamond. For whatever reason, we still can't quite figure that out. In Season 7, somehow, my random 2v2, after 5 wins, I got placed in Diamond. So here I am, me and my partner over here, NoobBait, who says he's going for an 11-minute rush. Rush at 11 minutes, he says. So there we go. So here's our vision. We don't really know where our opponents are. I must admit, I did not pay too much attention as to what was going on. I was just trying to not be completely useless was my plan, so let's zip forward. Now, my real problem here, he's then asking all about the leagues. My real problem here is I don't know where to scout. I believe I went for the back, which was kind of derpy. So there's me explaining why I'm 1v1 bronze but 2v2 diamond for whatever reason. And I think next, yeah, so here's my thing. I checked the far ones, which is stupid because that's the expo. So I think I finally realized this just as I was coming away because I hadn't found anything. And I thought, oh, wait a minute, I got to check these two. So I got to check the sides. So I kept doing that. Meanwhile, my gateway's coming up. I don't really have much of a 2v2 build as far as it goes. So I pretty much just stick to as decent a 1v1 build as I can come up with. So I'm checking everything out, and at the same token, I think just as I was exploring these bits up here, that's when, bugga-da-bam, my partner NoobBait, that's going to be really hard to say, NoobBait was getting in to have a quick look, and there's a cyber core, so it looks pretty, and I like that he was having a good time with it as well. Let's have a quick peek at the APMs. Mine at the slowest. There you go. So here's just a little bit of the production values going on. I know it's a 2v2 and there's a lot of information over there, but I just thought I'd bring it up. Now, here's me just trying to get a few units out. Let's have a peek at what the unit count is. What can I do here? Can I show army... Army probe, army units lost, units spending, none, resources. Well, let's just stick on army. So there's our army value at the moment. I'm there just on 2 of these. Now, NoobBait decides to go and kind of chase him in here, but the problem is that Zerglings versus a wall with Marines sitting behind it is not going to do all that well. So we did do a small intro push here. While at the same time, I think I got my robo facility. So I was on 3-gate robo here at the same time, which is cool. Rallied all my units over here. He's got quite a decent unit count. His income's probably not all that hot, but I did finally manage to get a little bit of range. The vision was very helpful, so. And I was stuck behind these bushes, which was pretty cool. So I could take these guys out. And I hid, and I went, ooh, wait a minute, he can't see me if I'm behind the bushes. Ooh, I'm gonna hide back here. Be all sneaky. That way when you hide in the bushes and you think that no one can see you, and then you realize that, you know, you're peeking through this tiny little hole in the shrubbery, but down at the bottom the roots have no leaves on them, so it doesn't matter. They see you anyway because they can actually see your legs. It's that kind of game of hide and seek going on right there. So they come up here, and this is where I start to run into a bit of trouble, where I'm actually, you know, I'm doing all right, but oh, the Protoss in this game was doing really, really well. Now, what was the Protoss? He was DJoker. DJoker did, or wait, no, DJoker was a bit of a derp in this one, actually. I'm trying to remember. So here I am, and I've got about a 975 size armor, which is, you know, it's nothing to sneeze at. I'm pretty pleased with this, and I got an immortal, so, you know, I'm not quite sure what I'm up against. I think chances are it just seems to be gateway units and things like that, but I think I'm just kind of pumping out the immortals, and bam, look at that. That's a big army for 952. Was he feeding? He might have been feeding. So things happened here. I tried to cut it down. I tried to take care of it, and we managed to scare him off with a couple of force fields, which is pretty cool. Happy about that, but man, did I ever know that we were in trouble. Now, I was watching a lot of this all game. My poor partner's base. Look, I've already expoed back here. That's pretty cool. My poor partner's base kept getting attacked up north, and I just felt like I did not have the resources to do anything about it. I mean, look at this. I just did not have the units, so I gotta come down here. This is a huge, huge army. He's really killed it. Look, 73. 73 APM to my 21. So we kept fighting back and forth, back and forth. And then, this was when I thought it was over. I thought it was completely over. Somehow we held this. I kept trying to reinforce, but he came in. There was a few, my partner had a few roaches, had a few queens, his other roaches coming in here, but for some, and then they balked. They went right back, so the fact that my partner was still able to make a lot of units is we held on there. So being partnered with a Zerg worked out really well in my favor. But by this point, I had been working on some Colossus, because when I expanded to a new base, I put down a robotics bay, and I can't remember, did I put down any more gateways? No, I hadn't done that yet. So I was still on 3-gate robo, but on 2 bases, you could pretty much start whipping out a few Colossus. I was still a bit low on gas, probably because I wasn't quite into them yet. Oh my goodness, look at this awesome, yeah. So macro base management still needs a little bit to be desired, but again, so I'm behind on army count, behind everyone else. The other Protoss seems to, wow, he suddenly derped off this shelf entirely. He's totally supply blocked out at 58, 58. I seem to be doing alright supply block wise, mostly because he keeps attacking. So whenever they attack and they kill my units at the exact same rate that I don't remember to expand at, to create more at, so I can just kind of continue being sizable. So my army is now reasonable size to actually do a little bit of damage. My partner's army is awesome, and he's on full-on roaches, and he decided to go out there and start taking stuff out, start winning the game. There I am doing a little bit more of supply work. Yes, I must construct additional pylons. There's the Lyote shaking his head. That's pretty awesome. Creep spread in my partner as well. Let's have a quick look at the APM again. Look, 25 APM, and yeah, look at that army. Go look at that 6 pool. So there we go, 3 Colossus out. I don't believe I'm at Thermalance just yet. I'm not sure. Nope, it's not quite there. Did I have? There we go. Another few. I decided to double forge at this point. So I'm still working on generating some more army. I'm up to 92 over 108, which is staying on par. Our 2 opponents are really doing quite a lot of. Well, it's kind of getting a little bit supply block. So I finally decided to send out. And my partner takes one of these bases, and I decide, well, I'll just take this one in the back, I think. So I send my little tiny probie, and out he goes, because I need to expand again, because I'm thinking to myself, you know what, I've got the money, I'm trying to do as much as possible, I am not creating any of my gates, but I'm starting up. Yep, I'm still at 0-0, which is kind of lame. Let's see, my partner is currently at 1-0. I don't know what the Hellions are at the moment. They are at 1-1. So, yep, definitely some beans going on there, and we are low against. I am lower than the Terran player once more. Basically, I sit here and try to work on my base, which feels kind of sour. Meantime, these Hellions keep harassing my poor partner, whom I can never do anything to help out. But when you're running at, oh my god, 3 pages of roaches, you don't really fear anything. Meantime, the Protoss player seems to have completely dropped off the map. He had an enormous army, and then he just decided to do absolutely nothing. So I was a little bit worried. And then we both managed to be over here kind of at the same time. This is when I learned that with enough units, what you do is you don't fear tanks. Just not a bit. So we wasted it. We just came in, kicked some ass, took some names. There's a Terran building all these Thors. And yes, they did a pretty decent job against Protoss. However, they didn't do well against me. So we came in here and we took some stuff out. I didn't rebuild all that well at the back, because as you can see, I'm floating 2,000 minerals. That's a ridiculous amount of money. I should really be in much better care of that kind of thing. So we come in here, kind of overextend. I probably should have listened to what my partner's roaches were doing and not quite gone in quite so hard, but I do manage to come out. Can't remember if I managed to keep 2 Colossus out of it. 3, 2. Let's stick with 2. Reinforcements arrive in the shape of roaches. Here comes a few stalkers. I don't think there's any drops going on there. There's my partner's got a really nicely placed Overlord out there. I get my 3rd base up here, which I think I start worrying about. Yep, there we go. So 3 more gates. There we go. So I got 6 gates down here, 3 more gates up at the top, 2nd Robo Bay. Money starts rolling in. I'm really just trying to spend money at the moment. Our army sizes are quite high up in comparison, so now we just try to build up for the final push because we're pretty sure he hasn't expanded and gone anywhere. Well, he has, but NoobBait's got that. Here we go. So in we go again, and mostly it's just focus fire. Target stuff down, kill him in the face. And I think I took my Colossus and I tried to focus down as many as the ground units and things like that that I could. They did have the extended thermal lance by now. DJoker quits out. So Protoss is done. And I believe the Terran stays in it for a few minutes more. But I just wanted to have a look at this because I thought I played all right. I mean, I was a little behind when I was kind of holding this door because, man, that other Protoss, how did he get so many units right away? I'm kind of curious about this. Because this is when 4 Colossus is coming into your base when your partner's already left. I mean, sure, you take out 1, you take out 2, you take out 3, but game's done. You just don't know it yet. I like Colossus. I kind of missed them. So I did manage to have a couple of Immortals at the front. It was my best attempt at a transition, I find, because what I did was I had some Immortals coming out here to the front, followed by dropping down a robotics bay.
I'm here in the shadows.
There we go. Trying to rebuild the army and go in again. So I got 1 Colossus. But I managed to transfer out of Immortal play and go into a couple of Colossus, and the Colossus really helped in this case. In fact, since he went kind of heavy tank, Immortals probably would have been just as well also, but I just like Colossus. So again, floating a fair amount of minerals, but once we finally get stuff around, oh, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, probably because I mined out in the main, and then I had to move everybody up here, and then, wow, I totally derped on that. Not making it any money there. Why aren't I getting any gas? Oh, because I only had 2. Wow, fail. Alright, fine. So, just trying to remass a bit of an army. Yeah, the poor guy left. WindDiedDown. He's got nothing left. So, speed up, get through here. There we go. There's an army. And we just go and take him out. At this point, what am I running? 1-1-1. I guess I got 3 forges. And he's out. Now, I'm going to have a quick peek back here. Because I want to see what is going on over here. Now, what the derp? I'm going to get rid of that. Quick peek and see what's going on here. Yeah. Alright, well, they put a gate up there. Look at Purple's army, because Purple's army was suddenly enormous. Purple 2, still on par with me. He's 32, so, there we go. So, it was yeah, I get blocked early, so I really need to work on my early game. I've always said this, my early game is my worst. So he's already up to 34. He's got 5 game. Are they feeding? I can't tell if he's feeding or not, or if he's just running 5 game 1 base. curious build. So here's his 5 game. And then all of a sudden, yeah, he's 925. He's 1325, and he's just an enormous amount. Okay, wait. No, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Anyway, that was 2v2, and after that 2v2 win, guess what league I got placed in? Diamond again. That's right. I stayed in Diamond. I don't understand how. I do not understand how. Because when we go all the way to the end of the game, have a look. 28 APM. My partner's 54. Look at these two guys. We beat them. I beat them with 28 APM. Current 192. That's pretty cool, right? Shift C. That's the one I want. 39 ridiculous APM. So, leave me a comment, send me an email, ziggitysig@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter @ZiggyStarCraft. Stay tuned.